So here is a question that might surprise you. What do finger painting, writing terrible poetry, and badly singing in your car or while taking a shower all have in common? They're secretly rewiring your brain for better mental health. And I am serious. And if you are a therapist watching this, or someone who's curious about the real science behind why creativity matters for healing, stick around because what I'm about to share might completely change how you think about recovery. I am a therapist and I used to think creativity. Well, it's just nice, like a hobby, something people did when they felt better, not something that actually made them feel better. But then I started noticing something really interesting and quite profound in my practice for me as a therapist and my clients. The clients who were making biggest breakthroughs, they were not just engaging in therapy, talking about their problems. They were doodling during sessions and in between. They were writing angry letters they never sent. They were taking terrible photos on their phones. They were creating something, anything. And the research, oh my goodness, the research backs this up in ways that will blow your mind. So let me tell you about Daniel Siegel's work on brain integration. Siegel discovered that when we create, whether it's making music, painting, writing, even arranging flowers, we activate what he calls the hub of the mind. And think of your brain like a bicycle wheel. All those spokes, those are different parts of your experience, your emotions, memories, thoughts, and sensations. And usually they're kind of disconnected, especially if you've been through trauma or if you are dealing with depression or anxiety, if you are under enormous pressure. But creativity is like the hub that connects all those spokes. It literally integrates your brain. We can see this on brain scans. When people engage in creative activities, multiple brain networks light up. I've got a bulb there. And start talking to each other in ways they normally don't. Now, Carl Jung figured this out way before we had brain scans. Jung said that creativity isn't just self-expression, it's self-integration. And when you paint your feelings, you are not just getting them out. You are actually having a conversation between your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. And here is what is wild. You notice that people going through major life transitions, breakdowns, breakthroughs, whatever you want to call them, almost always started creating something. Not because someone told them to, but because their psyche was literally trying to heal itself through creative expression. It's like your soul knows something your rational mind doesn't. And that healing happens when we stop just thinking about our problems and talking about our problems, but start creating with them. R.D. Laing took this even further. Laing was this radical psychiatrist who I personally admire and who said, wait a minute, what if the problem isn't that people are mentally ill? What if the problem is that we live in the world that crushes creativity and then wonders why people feel dead inside? And think about it. How much of your day is spent in creative expression, in creative pursuits? And I don't mean you have to be Picasso. I mean, how much time do you spend making something, anything, that didn't exist before you made it? For most of us, it's almost zero. We consume content, we follow instructions, we optimize our way through life. but we don't create, or we don't create enough. And Lang said, it's not just sad, it's actually making us very unwell. So, what does this look like in therapy? And let me give you some examples that might surprise you. I had a client with severe anxiety who couldn't talk about her trauma, but she could doodle while we talked. And those doodles started telling the story that her words couldn't. Eventually, she was creating these elaborate drawings that became a visual map of her healing journey. Another client dealing with depression started writing what he called terrible poetry. His words, not mine. But you know what? Those terrible poems were doing something that years of therapy couldn't. They were helping him feel his feelings instead of just analyzing and rationalizing them. And here is what we therapists need to understand and embrace. Creativity bypasses our psychological defenses. When someone is making art, their inner critic takes a back seat. They access parts of themselves that are usually locked away. And it's really, really exciting because recent neuroscience research shows us that creative activities literally change our brain structure. They increase neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural pathways. When you are in what psychologists call a flow state, that feeling when you are completely absorbed in creating something, your brain waves actually change. You enter a state that's similar to meditation, but more active. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that's always judging and criticizing, it quietens down, and your brain starts making connections it wouldn't normally make. And this is why people often have their best insights in the shower or while doodling. It's not random, it's your integrated brain working at its best. And I think I know what some of you might be thinking, but I'm not creative. I can't even draw a stick figure. So I would say stop right there. That's your wounded inner artist talking. The part of you that learned somewhere along the way that creativity has to be great to be valuable. And here is what I want you to understand. The therapeutic value of creativity has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of what you create. Zero. Nothing. It's about the process, not the product. It's about giving your psyche a chance to speak in languages other than words and logic. It's about reconnecting with that part of yourself that knew how to play before the world taught you to perform. So here is my challenge for you, whether you are a therapist or someone on your healing journey. Start somewhere. Today, now. Buy a pack of crayons and use them. Write a haiku about your lunch. Hum a made-up song. Take photos of things that catch your eyes. Dance badly in your kitchen. And if you are a therapist, consider this. What would happen if you brought more creativity into your practice? What if you had art supplies in your office? What if you encouraged clients to express themselves through movement, sound, color? You might be surprised at what emerges when we stop trying to solve people and start inviting them to create themselves back to wholeness. The poet Rainer Rilke once wrote, "Perhaps all the dragons in our lives are princesses who are only waiting to see us act, just once, with beauty and courage." What if your healing, your client's healing, isn't about slaying dragons, but about creating something beautiful from the fire that they breathe? Your creativity isn't a luxury, and it's not a hobby. It's a birthright. It's a necessity. Your brain needs it to integrate. Your soul needs it to heal. The world needs what only you can create. And so go and create something, anything, today. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video where we can delve deeper into specific creative techniques you can use in your practice or on your own healing journey. Thank you for listening.